To wrap up our meeting today, we have a very special presentation of our 2024 Distinguished Service Awards. I want to welcome, I think they're all here. Yes, it's so nice to see all of you. Our award honorees are as follows, although they do not even need to be named. They're easily recognizable. We have Justice William Bedsworth. We have Judge Terry Friedman. And we have Miss Melissa Fowler-Bradley. We also have their families, friends, and colleagues who we welcome here. As you know, the council created these awards 30 years ago to honor dedicated public servants for all of the following: the breadth and impact of their contributions, the nature of the work accomplished, the time expended outside of normal work hours, their diversity and success in surmounting challenges and limitations, and their contributions to advancing the council's strategic goals. Over the past 30 years, the council has honored 119 individuals and 2 organizations for their commitment to these goals and objectives, including their contributions to access, fairness, diversity, and inclusion, which is the council's #1 strategic goal. This afternoon, we celebrate it's not afternoon yet, right? We celebrate 3 extraordinary people who serve as role models to current and future members and leaders of our judicial branch. Their dedication has helped strengthen the public's trust and confidence in our justice system. I'm going to now turn it over to Justice Hill to introduce us to these exceptional awardees.
Thank you very much, Chief. I am very, very honored to be a part of this ceremony today where we're recognizing 3 truly extraordinary people. And another special honoree is Melissa Fowler-Bradley, our 3rd and final honoree. Truly epitomizes all that is good about the branch. Melissa has worked in all facets of the courts for about 50 years.
Don't do the math, please.
I've had the great pleasure of serving alongside her on the Court Facilities Advisory Committee for 12 years and have witnessed her dedication firsthand. Everything Melissa does, she does well. And you would think, whenever you're working with her on a project, that that's the only thing that she's working on. And she has a myriad of projects going on at any time. And, you know, on top of everything else, she's one of those people that a number of people across the state have you on speed dial. You're constantly helping out folks in various counties, giving advice to people in various counties, while at the same time, we're in a meeting together, there's a 1,000-page report with thousands of exhibits, and you're asking a question about page 798. And, you know, we have dealt with billions of dollars on the Court Facilities Advisory Committee, and having someone like Melissa Fowler-Bradley sitting at the table with her keen understanding not only of people, but of projects and process, it has been invaluable. And you have meant the world to the Court Facilities Advisory Committee and every other advisory committee that you have been on. You have been a miracle worker on any number of committees. When you watch Melissa work and interact with people, you see someone who is incredibly kind and thoughtful, but also someone who believes that those in public service have a duty to the public to get it right, to put in the time, to make the effort. And that is you, Melissa. You have done so much for our branch year in and year out, as well as all the members of your court who, you know, sing your praises every day so that you help us across the state, but you have been a remarkable CEO in Shasta. And I'll tell you, I must say from Steve Jarr and every PJ since, I have heard so many wonderful things about you, as all of us have heard around this table, and you are so deserving of this award. As we'll see in this wonderful video that's coming up, you are a representative of our branch that we wish we could clone you and send you everywhere around the state, because you are the epitome of a great CEO and a great representative of our branch. Here's the video.
Came to know Melissa first when we hired her during the time I was PJ. her skill and her approach to customer service really shows through from the point she arrived until the present. She also successfully digitized all of the closed files in our court. Just one of many innovative projects that she was responsible for that improved court service, improved access to justice, and saved money all at the same time.
She's developed several things that have helped specific problems we've had with regard to failure to appear issues on criminal cases. She helped obtain a grant that was able to use technology to try to get people to get reminders on how to get to court on time. She's been able to identify issues with the failure to pay system, so she was able to get a grant and work on a group that helped get the technology upgraded to do that. I know she's worked on several committees throughout the years, and what's been very revealing to me when I've attended meetings with her is the respect that she gets on a statewide level, and as well as taking lessons that we've learned on a local level and giving that information to others as well. What makes her different is I think she thinks of not only our court, but also the branch as a child. She really does seem to care about the branch in our court so much that she's constantly thinking about a way to improve her relationship with the court, how the branch can improve, and just how access to justice can be better.
She really epitomizes public service for me. She's humble, she's hardworking, she really considers it a calling, she considers it, a privilege to be able to serve the public. Very, very impressive person who never tries to grab the limelight. She's just in the trenches, doing the work every day, working on committees that sometimes aren't terribly sexy, but they're really important. So she's a remarkable person.
So because she is viewing problems and problem solving through the eyes of the court user, her focus has been, how do I better light the path? That sort of selfless approach is something that her staff members pick up on. They see it. They see that she's putting others first, and that becomes infectious. Well, she's an exemplar for the kind of character that you want to have in a public servant. Somebody who is industrious, selfless, demonstrates fine character, and is looking out for the needs of others.
She is an ideal that many, many employees of the courts, judges, other court executive officers, and staff should strive to be.
Now to present the award to Melissa, Judge Tamara Wood, and Judge Adam Ryan.
Thank you, Justice Hill, Chief Justice, members of the Judicial Council. I'm here today as the Assistant Presiding Judge from the Shasta County Superior Court. I'm co-presenting with our presiding judge. Come on up here, Judge Ryan, Judge Adam Ryan. But I want to stress to everyone that this nomination of Melissa for this award was unanimous by our entire bench. And I know every one of my colleagues would love to be here today to support her in this recognition, but somebody had to hold down the fort, Shasta County Superior Court. And so I just want to express my appreciation to those members of our bench who couldn't be here today but are at work, and want everyone to know that this was a unanimous nomination by our bench. Early this week, I sat down at my keyboard and I thought, I have 2 to 3 minutes to speak and somehow adequately express this amazing person and the work that she's done over 50 years. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed. Sometimes the universe, though, will give you a symbol or a sign. And that's what happened to me, because as I started to kind of type and put my thoughts into words, I looked down at my wrist and I had this bangle on. And this is a gift that Melissa gave me when I was a brand new judge. And I had a conversation with her about whether or not I was adequate for the worthy endeavor that I was going into being a trial court judge, recognizing the weight and the importance of what we do in our jobs. And I was expressing to her how I was feeling that weight. And I came to work a few days later, and I had this gift on my desk with this amazing card that had all these supportive things to say. And this bangle says, "She believed she could, so she did." And I wear it every single day. The words are almost worn off now because it's been 10 years. But this was my symbol when I started to write about Melissa, because Melissa is about supporting others and instilling confidence in others. And it's never about her. And everyone that works around her will tell you that we are all better at our jobs because of that support and that confidence that she instills in us. So keeping this bangle in mind, I'm going to try to tell you in just a couple minutes just a summary or an overview of the amazing things that she has done. This year, 2024, marks Melissa Fowler-Bradley's 50th year in public service. Sorry, I did the math. And as one of my colleagues said in his nomination, it is the quality of that service, not its remarkable duration, that characterizes the value of her contributions to our judicial branch of government. In 1974, she was first employed by the Alameda County Welfare Department. In 1977, she moved to the Alameda County Superior Court, where she served as a courtroom clerk, supervising clerk, and then division chief. In 1995, she became the Assistant Court Executive Officer for the Shasta County Superior Court. And in 2008, she was unanimously appointed as Court Executive Officer, Clerk of the Court, the position she still holds. She is a selfless, generous, strong, and visionary leader of the Shasta County Superior Court. I could have written 10 pages of examples of Ms. Fowler-Bradley's work or leadership efforts which have benefited our court, the community, and the judicial branch during her years of service, but I kept in mind I had 2 to 3 minutes. These efforts on her part include big projects, such as working to bring a new courthouse to our community. And the projects that she has worked on are diverse, and obviously a new courthouse is a very large project. But I will also tell you about the time that I returned to work after a weekend and noticed that the judge's parking lot had new lines painted for the parking spaces. She did that work herself. She came in on the weekend and she painted the lines in our judge's parking lot because this was during a time at our old courthouse when we did not have a budget to have that work done, but it needed to be done, and she did it herself. It truly is difficult to express the depth of her work ethic and the leadership that she exemplifies on a daily basis. I will simply conclude my comments by stating she is a tireless advocate for justice whose commitment has improved the judicial branch of the state of California at both the local and statewide level. And I'll turn it over to our presiding judge.
Good morning, Justice, members of the council. I just want to reiterate a couple things that I know Justice Hill also hit on as well, and that is amongst all the great CEOs we have in this state, I believe Melissa Fowler-Bradley is among the top of that group. And it's because she is the epitome of a great public servant. She is humble, she has integrity, and she has dedication to what she does because, as I said in the video, she really loves the branch. And as Judge Wood just mentioned a moment ago, everybody she works with, whether it be an administrator, a judge, or a court employee, I truly feel ends up being better at their job after they work with her. So it is certainly my honor, and Judge Wood as well has her honor as well, to present this award to Melissa Fowler-Bradley.
So thank you so much, Chief Justice, and Shelley, and members of the Judicial Council. This is a tremendous honor and a day I will never forget. However, if I had had one request for today, it would be that I got to go first. Because it's extremely hard to follow Justice Bedsworth and Judge Friedman. I do have a number of people I'd like to thank, starting with my actual family, of course, and also my work family in Shasta Superior Court. I am very, very fortunate in that I have the pleasure of working with an exceptional bench that I consider to be the best bosses any CEO could have, and they are also my good friends. One of them has joined your ranks, of course, Judge Tammy Wood, and others who are also here today. You met our presiding judge, Adam Ryan, and also Judge Stephen Baker is here as well. Honestly, I didn't authorize any of these people. I don't know what's happening back at home, but they're here, and I'm thankful that they are. They were the driving force in nominating me for this award. Little did I know, I'm looking at you, Judge Wood, and I know they enlisted many others, including retired Judge Stephen Jarr. Judge Jarr is also here today. He is a former presiding judge in Shasta and a former administrative director of the Judicial Council. Judge Jarr has done it all, and he is also a former recipient of this award. I would also like to thank another council member, Justice Brad Hill, who was instrumental in making Shasta's new courthouse a reality. Thank you, Justice Hill. Your commitment in building projects like Shasta has improved access to justice in our community and made it possible for the court to provide better service to the public in a structure that is welcoming to everyone. It is gratifying to see local enthusiasm in the court and a desire to learn what courts do and how we do it. In addition to groups requesting tours, we regularly receive requests to conduct school field trips for children at all grade levels. Sadly, the kids rarely ask to meet the court administrator. They always ask to meet a judge, and all of our bench officers enjoy participating in that. You have given me a lot of credit here today, but I want you to know there are 200 court employees back home that make me look good on a regular basis, and I owe them a huge debt of gratitude. I am thankful to them. I am thankful for you and all that you contribute to make the judicial branch a place where people want to spend lifelong careers. I have been so privileged. Thank you very much.